All right, Jorge, what is your favorite memory during your time at Purdue or afterwards? You're still very involved with the
Sure.
university.
There's so many memories. I would say the ones that I remember the best are the ones that are sports related. I remember, I can't recall if it was my sophomore or my junior year. I want to say my junior year. We were playing Wisconsin at Russ State Stadium. And back in those days, it's not like now that every single game pretty much gets televised. You were lucky if 2 or 3 games were televised back in those days. So there was one particular play in which I ended up tackling the punter. I was playing special teams, and there was a bad snap. The ball goes over the punter's head. I ended up tackling him, and the game happens to be on ESPN that day. So as you can imagine, all my family and friends were able to see me on TV, and all the calls that night at my dorm room telling me, "Hey, we saw you on TV," and that's one of those memories that I'll probably remember for the rest of my life. Now, like you said, I'm still very involved with the school. In the fall, I travel back to Indiana almost every home game and some
Unbelievable.
selected away games because I really enjoy just being around the college game, especially football. So every weekend it's just new memories for me. Traveling to the games with my wife and the other Purdue fans. My wife just had twins about a year and a half ago, so I can't wait for them to get a little older and bring them with us. 'Cause
Miles and Maya.
I'm sure we're gonna continue building those experiences. And you're right, their names are Mia and Miles. So I'm sure one day they'll become Boilermakers as well.
Sounds good. What career advice would you have for a current student or someone starting their career?
Okay. I think I have 2 pieces of advice that I think are important for students. The first one is while they're still in school. Purdue's a great place to be. 4 years, although you might not think that way while you're there, 4 years go by so quickly. And there's so many things to do at Purdue. Take advantage of them. Participate and get involved in as many things as you can. Because those are the things that are really going to make your college experience, maximize your college experience and make it, optimal. I personally, like I told you, I was part of the football team, but I was also a member of a fraternity while at Purdue. I was in Alpha Tau Omega. So my advice would be get involved with clubs, with your school, things that you like, because not only it's going to make your time at Purdue better, but it actually starts creating the network necessary for my second piece of advice, and that's once you graduate. You have to have a network, especially nowadays. I mean, it's such a difficult economy. I would imagine that it's much harder today to get a job as a recent grad than it was back in the mid-90s when I graduated. So the advice is start building that network now while in college. So when you graduate, you have contacts, you have people you can call, you have people that can, that can bring you into their corporations and so forth. The Purdue Club of New Jersey is a great example. There's a lot of members that are very successful in their particular fields. Use them. I mean, that's what we're here for. So that's one advice I would give them. And if you allow me, I will also say, make sure you do something that you really enjoy doing. You wake up every morning excited about what you're about to do, and you have a passion for it, because there's nothing worse in the world than really having a job that you don't like. And even within your field, you can sometimes have a job that you don't like. I can tell you personally, I'm not going to give you the exact company, but I left companies because I was not enjoying what I was doing at the time. And I can tell you I'm in a place now that I really enjoy what I do. So especially as a recent college grad, don't be afraid if you need to make the change. If you realize marketing is not for you, while you're young, it's much better to move careers and do something different than once you get a little older. You can still do it, but it's much harder. So definitely find that thing that is really gonna give you some enjoyment and you have passion for.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Jorge Flores, currently the Senior Brand Manager at Avon Products and Cranard School of Management graduate from 1995. Thanks, Jorge.
Thank you.